Hey, truth seekers, this is Kimarko once again, hitting you with another installment on the journey. Today, I want to share three things that I believe can help you if you are suffering from depression. Before I dive in, again, if you're new to my channel, I'm going to ask you please to hit the subscribe button, like, and comment. Also, share it with your friends. Share it with your friends if you found the information I shared useful. A few years ago, I was suffering from depression. To date, I am still recovering from it. But I didn't know these three things that I've come to realize over the past 2 years that has helped me to overcome my illness. Because as you might know, depression is a very serious illness that can even lead to mental illnesses and even death. Because what happens when we are depressed is that our vibration becomes so low that it affects even our body, even our joints, even our blood flow. So back back when I was in the church and I was doing everything that was the religious thing to do, the right thing to do and all of that, I was still depressed. And a part of the reason some of us become depressed is because we are trying to live up to the expectations of others. Also, we are trying to be someone we are not. We are trying to fit in. We are trying to please everybody. At least that was my experience when I was on that path. And so today I want to share three things that I believe can help you if you or someone you know is suffering from depression. The first thing is never stop learning, growing, and developing yourself. One of the issues we have is that we sometimes, at one point in our lives, we become stagnant. We stop learning, we stop growing, we stop developing, we stop doing the things we found to do at childhood, even at teenager. Even as teenagers, we stopped doing the things that allowed us to keep our energies up. You know, learning new skills, creating new abilities, learning to play the piano, learning to play a sport, learning to play a game, a board game, or whatever the situation might be, learning a new subject area, researching, doing things that will keep us always active, which ties into the second tip I would like to leave today regarding helping to deal with depression, which is always be active. So this is tied into the first tip which is learning, growing, and developing. Never stop learning, growing, and developing yourself. The second tip is always be active. Be active in something. Be active whether you love to read, whether you love to write, whether you love to sing, whatever it is that you love doing, do it. Whatever it is that you find yourself doing, do it as the scriptures say, do it with your might. Put your all into it. For me, I didn't understand these things, to be honest with you. I was doing it, yes, I was doing, as I said, doing the things in church, and I was doing it to the best of my ability. But deep down inside, I was at a loss because a part of me didn't feel like I was being true to myself. And I had so many insecurities because of what persons would have said or would have done to me in the past. These hurts, these pains that I was carrying with me, even in the church, I felt less than human sometimes. I felt unworthy. I felt many times of committing suicide. So it was not until I started this journey that I really recovered to a great extent from what I was suffering from many, many years before. I became very active. One of the ways I become active is just by doing research. It's just by going out there, and listening to other person's perspective on topics that I am familiar with, but it is coming from a different angle. Or going out straight out and searching up new topics, new ideas, new concepts, learning about other person's religions, learning about other person's philosophies. These are some of the things that I did that helped me to stop thinking about myself too much. Because one of the things that depression causes us to do is to become self-centered and thinking about just me, myself, and I, and oh, I'm not worth no much. Oh, I am. We just continue belittling ourselves, which ties now into the third tip I want to leave with you today, which is love yourself no matter what. And this is a deep one. Love yourself no matter what. It doesn't matter what people say, what people think, or what people do around you. That's not your business. That's not your concern. People say all type of things about you. You don't have to accept it. There's a book that I've been listening to called The Four Agreements. And one of the agreements says we should not take anything personally. Don't take anything personal. That's one of the agreements. The second, one of the other agreements said we should not make assumptions. Should not make assumptions, right? But when we are depressed, when we are down and out and feeling like no one cares, we assume that the world is against us. We assume that we are not worth anything. We assume that things are just always bad and it can never get any better. I was at the point of total disregard for myself. It would show in my weight, my body weight. I was losing weight, not because I was malnourished, but because I was always in a worse some state. Not even realizing that I was worrying. I was worrying about what people think about me. I was worried about how I presented myself. I was worried about the unaccomplishments or the things that I did not accomplish. I was looking at other person's lives and experience. At that time I was not married. I was looking at the fact that no one would want me. No one would want to be with a guy like me and all of these things. These low self-esteem, barriers and limiting beliefs that caused me to live in a sick state of mind. So today I'm happy to have this privilege to share with you some tips that can help you to become more self-confident, to heal yourself, to heal your mental state, to recover from the lies that you have told yourself and the lies that others have told you. So number one, as I said, never stop learning, growing and developing yourself. Number two, always be active. Do something. Number three, love yourself no matter what. Alright? I hope this meant something to you. I hope you learned. I hope it helped. And as always, let knowledge be your path to true freedom. Until next time. See you in the next installment. Peace. I'm out.